The RAD Live podcast is intended for mature audiences and contains explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to this week's edition of the RAD Live podcast Roundabout Discussion. I am your host, Paul, the Hat Guy, THG Flinders, and joining me this week is the two-man Scouse Power Trip, Scouse Hat. It's Lewis Ogden.
Hello.
How are we doing? It's just me and thee this week.
Me and thee, the two-man Power Trip.
Yeah, we might make it a bit more international and add Xander later on, depending on what he's doing. We shall see. It depends if he wins or not. If he crashes, I don't imagine he's going to be in the best of the mood. He'd make great podcasting.
Yeah, it would do.
Yeah.
But he has to be asked. It has to be asked to get on first.
Well, this is it. He needs to. If he's a bit pissed off, he might be a bit more vitriol. That's always a bit better for the podcast, I'd say. But saying that, we also like a happy Xander. So, swings and roundabouts. So, yeah, Xander, if you're listening, you want it on the show, get on here. So Coxie is away this week. He's enjoying himself. I believe he's off to Florida at some point very soon. So it's all right.
So
for
I've
some.
heard.
Yeah, it's all right for some. I want some actual Jack Daniels. Maybe. Maybe I'll just settle for the Jack Daniels fudge. Perhaps, I don't know. I'm quite happy with that. It's quite nice. But if you've ever had it, I always seem to get it at Christmas every year for the past 5 years. It comes in a tin. It's usually from B&M Bargains.
Sounds nice.
I don't give a shit where it's come from. If it comes from Bargain, if it comes from B&M's Home Bargains, fucking, the random corner shop on the edge of the street, off for sale for £2.99 or whatever it is. I don't care. It's nice.
Sounds it.
It also lasts forever because it's too fucking rich. I have half the tin. I'll have to shit. So I'll be on the toilet for the next day. So it's been a good week. What's your week been like? Before we,
it's not been too bad. Spent the bank holiday weekend at Clan Morrison.
Oh yeah.
That was a nice little getaway. And apart from that, I've literally been working.
Okay. So it's pretty much the same as what I've done, except we've been doing more obedience training with a dog. She's been a little shit, if I'm brutally honest. She keeps running off all kids' toys, dolls, chewing them. It's got a really good trick. It likes to hide underneath the trampoline.
I see.
Problem is, my fat arse can't get under there. So I have to send the boy in.
I see.
So he goes in and he tries to get the dog and fails because
get him started early. Get him started early,
chasing the dog. He forces the dog out, and I just basically jump on her. Because it leaves the trampoline. Just fucking mug the dog.
You're lucky that the RSPCA don't do roaming patrols.
Just fucking rugby tackle the puppy.
Excuse me, sir. What the hell do you think you're doing to your dog?
Just dance over it like an American footballer after a hard hit.
Boom! Didn't see that coming, did you?
Fucking walk against the fence like a fucking ice hockey player. So fucking give me that toy back. Nah, she's a good dog. She eventually lets me get it back. She's probably curled up asleep behind me, so I can talk about her before she rips her head off because she can't hear me. So it's cool. Other than that, I've just been wedding planning. Realise if you've just tuned in and I'm in the process of getting married. I've asked my best man. Now, I actually haven't gone public with who I've asked for my best man. Now, Lewis, I think you have an idea.
You did mention it to me, yeah.
I did mention it. The lost one himself, Adam Cox, is going to be, well, he's accepted. He can still change his mind. Cox is going to be the best man, and I am scared for the stag do. Because it's his job to organise it.
Should be a right laugh.
Oh, it will be a laugh. Don't get me wrong. I just imagine being strapped up somewhere in Blackpool, probably naked. I would not be shocked.
Can you? Coxie doesn't seem like that kind of bloke, or is it one of those that there are secrets that are yet to be revealed?
No, I just know he's
envisioned.
He's good for a good night out. He's a good laugh, is Coxie, but I don't know. He could just turn around and go, right, shits and giggles, fuck it, let's make a fucking make this memorable. But I there's nothing to say that about him. He would do that, but it's a stag do. That shit happens in Blackpool.
Exactly, yeah.
So I would not be shocked. But it's safe to say I'll remember it. Kirsty will probably kick me head in if it does, but oh well. Oh dear me.
We can make it like Vegas rules. Whatever happens on the stag do stays on the stag do.
It doesn't work like that if it's your hometown. You walk past the bar staff every day. You're like, yeah, remember that. Just forget it, will you?
You can always plan outside of Blackpool.
Yeah, there's that as well. I'll be honest with you. If I was going to plan a stag do, if it was me, I would. It was like, for example, say if it was Cox's wedding and I was his best man, for example, I wouldn't plan it out in Blackpool. I'd do something probably like somewhere like Manchester or something like that.
Yeah.
Or your stamping ground, maybe Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Something close by, but not too far away. Not too far enough away to be like sort of like you don't know that many people around there, but close enough that it's you're not that far away. It doesn't cost that much to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So Liverpool, Manchester, that would be cool. Lancaster, no, because it's fucking boring.
Hint.
Yeah, don't do Lancaster. It's shit. What else did we do this week? Oh yeah, I went to Brock Bottom with the kids. Which is like a little sort of stream, sort of river. So it's like the beginning of the River Wire.
I see.
It's quite cool. It's just like it's like loads of rocks, a little bit of a trickling stream, and you go there for your picnic. Basically, there's loads of wild rhubarb around there. Mm-hmm. It's quite cool. Went through my old stomping ground of where I used to live, like fucking how long ago now? 6 years ago, something like that. Longridge. Went through there, and it's a bigger shithole than I remember. Thank fuck I don't live there anymore. What the fuck was I thinking? It's what happens when you think with your penis, basically. It's what happens when you think with your penis. I mean, I've lived at Blackpool all my life until about 2009, where I thought, oh, I have a girlfriend. I shall move for them. So I did that, and it was the worst mistake I ever fucking made.
Black Dynamite soundbite there.
Absolutely. One coming up right now. Oh, helps if you don't mute. It helps if you don't mute the fucking sound effect. Try again.
You're fucked up now.
Yeah, everyone told me that when I did that, and
quite ironic that you fucked up the fuck up.
Yeah, I fucked up the fuck up. It's like Spreaker fucked up on me tonight. I mean, we're 10 minutes late. But for the start, the reason being is because my speaker went, no, you're not doing it today. I don't like doing it today. So I've had to roll back to a previous version for this to work. So this is the install that I put on at the back end of 2017. So, it works. It's doing the job. I'm hoping people can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. Yeah, so I got it working in the end. It's got the fucking spark plugs out and got it going. No, the spark plugs, the fucking jump leads. There you go. Fuck's sake. I'm fucking up the analogies today as well. And got it going. So, yeah, we got round to it in the end. Other than that, the missus went on the motorway for the first time with the family on the way to Preston, which actually wasn't as scary as I thought. It was actually...
Well, To be honest, if you're only going on the M55, it's literally probably only about like 2 junctions before you get to Preston. Or just outside Preston.
Three.
Three,
If you get on
okay.
at the very beginning, there's a junction which you can't get off at, so it's technically 3.
Okay.
Right, it's
Okay, 3 then.
2. All right, it's 2. One at Kirkham and one at Preston. But we got off at Preston. I was like, "Where the fuck am I?" Because Broughton's completely changed.
No.
Completely changed. I mean, his building's been demolished, the road's been built, and all sorts. So like, what the fuck? It's all completely changed. When I lived up in Longridge, it was a built-up area. There was a school there, there was a church there, little bits and bobs. Fuck all there now.
No.
Nothing there. It's just literally a dual carriageway, and that is your lot. It was like, where am I? It was confusing. Don't like change. Don't like change. So.
Stu Griffin, what's going on? I don't like change.
It pretty much was that though. I was like, am I lost? I'm not lost. I'm sure I'm lost. No, I'm not lost. It's just changed it all round. It's like when it's like if you leave the house and then your missus changes the living room round. You're looking where it says, this looks familiar, but it's different. Don't like it. That's what it was like. It was weird. The Broughton roundabout was there, and I was like, yeah, I remember nearly dying on that roundabout when I was behind the wheel of a car. This is why I don't drive.
Memories.
Memories. Yeah, they weren't pleasant ones. Going through Longridge, didn't see anyone I knew, or used to know, thank fuck. That was because everyone was antisocial up there. Didn't fucking want to look down the nose at me. But yeah, fuck the place. It's a fucking shithole. Speaking of shitholes, Blackpool. I'll go to our first topic. Why not? Nice little segue there. Blackpool South Beach has somehow managed to keep a blue flag status. Now, if you don't know what the blue flag status is for a beach, it's like the top award for cleanliness and things like that for like the seawater and the beach and things like that. And Central got a Blackpool North and Central Beach. So if you're talking Blackpool South Beach, we're talking from possibly round about near the Pleasure Beach. That part of the beach there. If you sort of know Blackpool. I don't know, Lewis, if you've been on the beach at all in Blackpool. I know you must have been in Southport.
I've not been on the beach, but I've been along the promenade many a time.
Yes.
So I know to an extent what you mean.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, obviously, South Beach, you're talking possibly just before South Pier to, you know, the sand dunes, effectively. Central and North, it's self-explanatory, really. It's near Central Pier and North Pier. Somehow they got Seaside Awards for keeping Britain tidy. Now, considering not too distant long ago, there used to be a sewage plant on the front near the pub where we do the pubcast. And they used to pump raw fucking sewage out to sea. Now, that weren't that long ago. I'm talking 3-4 years ago.
Right.
And the beach gets crowded, absolutely crowded. And there's been all sorts of threads online, on Facebook, in the local Gazette paper as well, the Gazette website, the Gazette Facebook page, of photos saying that the holidaymakers are a fucking disgrace. Because the amount of rubbish they leave on the beach and on the seawall. How the fuck has this place got an award for people that leave... I shit you not, literally, dog shit bags on the beach and the seawall, used nappies, cans of like fucking Lambrini, well, bottles of Lambrini, sorry, cans of beer and all sorts. Basically, there's things like fucking deck chairs get left on the beach. Literally fucking whole chairs.
Well, I can literally tell you that bar the deck chairs, everything that you've listed is sort of like rubbish and shit that you'll find around, you know, sort of like, I mean, I can talk from voice of experience because those kinds of things get left around my workplace that I then have to, you know, litter pick up. So it's no real surprise, really, that
Yeah, but
said object, said shit is left on something like a beach because it happens in a multi-story car park.
Yeah, but there's things like people bring picnics and things like that, and they'll leave actual black bags and things like that. Literally, just leave it on the beach, and things like that. Like broken glass and fucking all sorts. You name it, I've seen it on the beach.
Well, I can believe it.
And this fucking place got an award for. You should see this fucking state of the beach at times. Got an award for basically being clean and tidy. But the thing is, the one that got the blue flag was the south part, the south part end of the beach, which never, ever, ever gets holidaymakers. Never gets holidaymakers. So there's no wonder it got a blue flag.
So it should basically render that blue flag obsolete.
Pretty much. Because no one uses it. I've never seen anyone on that beach. Ever. I've walked down it in the middle of the season. We're talking August time. Walked it from... Where the fuck did I walk it from? About Waterloo Road, which is like halfway between Central Pier and South Pier. All the way down to the sand dunes. And I must have crossed about 4 people. Across that whole stretch of like 2 miles or whatever it is. And... yeah, you can't... So, not surprised that's got a blue flag because no one fucking uses it.
No one uses it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's redundant. It's like, I've got a really, really fast car and it could do 600 miles an hour. Do you drive it? No. Okay, then, let's make a big deal out of something we don't use. I can last in bed for 4 hours. Do you ever have sex? No. You see what I mean? It's stupid.
Yeah, I get the comparison.
No, for me, it's like, I've seen the state of the beaches in Blackpool. In the season, they can be fucking atrocious, especially on bank holidays and things like that. There's no way they clean up all of that shit up. No way. Sea comes in, washes it out to sea, and it gets washed back in again repeatedly. There's no way. No, I'm still not. I'm not buying it. I'm not having it. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to stamp my feet and cross my arms and just go, no! No! It's not. No!
You're telling porkies.
You're telling lies. I'm telling mummy. Yeah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Long story short.
I'm not having it. It's bullshit. Bullshit.
We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore.
Exactly. Actually, I was going to say, Christ, Cox's brother, can say if it's bullshit or not. But the thing is, though, he's a councillor for Blackpool. He's on the council. And his like, sort of area is in Squires Gate, which is on the blue flag bar. I was going to say, tell me it's bullshit. It's like, he'll stick up for it. Because he's putting the beaches right. He's got the blue flag. Damn it! Still not having it. Still not having it. Oh, dear me. So what can we move on to? Here we go. Right. There you go. One that I had written down for last week, but we never got round to it. Now, you're into your video games, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. How much so would you say? Would you say you're a hardcore gamer, or you just a casual gamer, or whatever? I don't know.
It all depends what I'm playing, to be honest with you. If I get into a game that I'm sort of, I'm emotionally invested in, then I'll be quite an avid gamer. Yeah. But then I'm sort of like a casual gamer on the side because, my PS4 is mainly used for watching stuff on either Netflix or YouTube, and I'd probably say like a good 30% of the time is probably spent playing games.
Oh yeah.
But it's literally just a case of whatever takes me fancy, to be honest. Say, for example, at the moment, I'm playing the latest FIFA game, and I'm doing a managerial career mode with Blackpool. And I basically no, it's going quite good. I've just I've basically made it my goal to sort of not sign anything of like superstar quality, just sign everybody that's got a really good potential future, and then just build that all up. And it's going pretty well, to be honest with you. I mean, like a good majority of the players are just sort of like the young players from Liverpool, because I know which ones are good and which ones aren't. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm in like my second season. I'm only like 4 games into my second season. I'm already in the Championship, so you know. I call it the 4-year plan.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, mate. I mean, the one I play at the minute is FIFA 17 because I don't pay out for the newest one. I think why pay out for the same fucking game? Wait till it drops to a £5 and then get it, which is what I do. And I had started off at Blackpool, and then I got accepted a management job on it at Huddersfield.
Right.
Got them promoted. And then I did 10 weeks in the Prem. Or did I win the league with them? I can't remember. I think I won the league with Huddersfield.
Right.
In the Premier League. And then I did another 6 or 7 weeks with them in the Premier League. And then I signed for Liverpool.
Right.
And then what I did was all the youth players that I got at Huddersfield, I basically signed. I bought them. And basically nurtured them in Liverpool. And because of that, I have an 80 skilled Japanese goalkeeper who's pushing my Karius for the number 1 spot.
Right.
Which is really, really good. To the point where I'm actually considering selling him and actually just taking a bit of a hit, but gain financially just to have this goalkeeper as my number 1, this Japanese keeper, just take the hit. So, and then because he's only young still, I think the goalkeeper that I'm looking at, the Japanese guy, I think he's only 20 now.
Right. Okay.
It's worth, because he's got a high. When I signed him, he had a potential of 93. He's at 80 now, so. And he's gaining about 4 levels per season. So, in a couple of seasons' time, he's going to be one of the better goalkeepers in the Prem. In my save file, so it might be worth obviously selling Karius and keeping him, just work on him and just, you know, concentrate on not letting the shots go near him, basically.
Yeah, probably.
So I might do that, I don't know, I've decided. But at the minute I'm playing Gran Turismo Sport. Now, I'm putting a lot of videos up on my own personal Facebook of me doing the odd race here or there. And the latest one is me racing around Le Mans, which is like it was a DLC that literally came out a couple of days ago, where they're adding tracks every now and again, and a bunch of cars. Now, Le Mans 24 Hours is going to be in 2 weeks, so which is why it's come out now. Which is what I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with this show that week, because I'll be watching Le Mans 24 Hours. So I might actually have this running in the background, and someone else might actually host it. Or I might actually multitask. We shall see. But yeah, the reason I asked this question is I've been watching a couple of like groups on Facebook, and one of them's about retro gaming.
Right.
Now, what I want to know is what would you define in video game terms? What is retro and why?
Ooh.
It's a very divisive subject, this, when it comes to gamers, because everyone's got their own different definitions of what constitutes being retro, what console generation starts off being retro, and which isn't.
I mean, you could probably say that anything before maybe maybe like the original PlayStation would probably be retro. I mean, like the game that springs to mind for me is a game that I played pretty much non-stop in my childhood. I always have great memories of the game, and it's ISS Soccer 64 on the Nintendo 64.
You've just made me a happy man.
Yes.
That is my favourite football game of all time. ISS 64 on the N64.
Yeah.
It's not aged well. No football games really age well.
No.
With the exception of Virtua Striker. But that's because it wasn't a simulation game, it's an arcade game.
Mm-hmm.
That game was so good, though. Just the way it played was so much fun.
Yeah.
And the fact that you had all the buttons on the top of your controller, which all controlled something different, which gave you options. You had so many more options. What you could do, I loved it. And not every single game you can get your wing back to score from the halfway line, which was cool. And the commentary was something else on that game. It was so bad it was good.
I always like the scenario mode on it.
Oh, scenario mode was amazing.
I think that's like a little concept that's missing from sort of modern games.
Well, they sort of brought it back. I mean, the scenario mode, for example, in the ISS 64, was they had was it 10 or 12 different scenarios? I think it was 12.
Yeah.
And you could play them on different difficulties and things like that. And it was like, for example, was it like England was 4-0 down against Holland in like halfway through the second half and you had to claw it back?
God, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and there was another one where you was Scotland and you had a free kick and you had to score it.
Mm.
And things like that, because you were like, I think you were 1-0 down, you had to win the game 2-1.
Yeah. And
that was literally, you had to score the free kick, and if you didn't have time to score the second goal.
Yeah.
Basically. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. But they did sort of bring it back. I mean, it was on, I know it was on FIFA World Cup 2010. And they did have a downloadable scenario mode at the time, but you can't get it now because you had to be online to do it, and they shut the servers down.
Right.
But it was sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
And it had all sorts of these different scenarios, and it was in air quotations, the story of the World Cup. So you had to recreate scenarios that happened in that World Cup as they happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, say if Germany was like 1-0 down against Spain.
Yeah.
And they all of a sudden won 2-1 in the 80th minute, scoring the first goal. That scenario would be put into the game, and you would have to recreate that playing as Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Which was pretty cool, which is basically what the ISS 64 scenario mode was all about.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just a bit more relevant, a bit more recent, more actual scenarios rather than made-up ones that ISS 64 had. Mm-hmm. Now, ISS 64 was a massive game for the time. I mean, you could play leagues, but you had tournaments. You had your world tournament, which included qualifiers, might I add. It actually had qualifiers, and you also had your European tournaments and things like that. You could create new players, your own players, and put them in the team.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. I remember one time I never had to save them all. You had to have the memory card that went into the bottom of the controller. But I remember when I first had it, I never had that memory card. Now, I used to make my team from scratch every single time.
Oh, God.
And then,
the effort, though.
Yeah, 2 hours it used to take me, and then I'd play the game. And then after that, after I turned it off, I would have turned it back on again. They were gone every single time until I invested in one of their memory cards. Which was, I don't know why I did that. I used to just put myself in and all my mates and things like that in. At the time.
But still, the effort.
Yeah, it was there was so much effort. I mean, I balk at that fact that I've got myself, Coxie, and Bunkle in WWE 2K18.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I only had to make myself. I downloaded Bunkle and Coxie, and that was still a ball ache. So, the fact that I used to go through 22 or 20 odd, how many players it was, fuck that noise. Absolutely fuck that noise. Now, what do I... So, what would you say... Sorry, you did say what you constituted as retro was like the PlayStation era, so... The PS1...
Well, anything really below... Yeah, I mean, sort of like PS1 downwards, so, I mean, I look at...
the Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn, Sega Mega Drive, anything
N64.
Nintendo 6 and then N64. Just trying to think. Trying to think of more consoles where you could.
The mainstream ones, obviously, but I mean...
Well, yeah.
You had things like the PC Engine, and you had the Turbo Graphics, and you had the 3DO, Panasonic 3DO, things like that. The Atari Jaguar, things like that. You know, I remember seeing one of them on sale in Grimsby second hand, and I nearly picked it up once. I was like, no, wash your hands.
I've also thought of another. It's funny you were talking about scenario mode earlier.
Yes.
I've just had another childhood flashback. My grandparents used to have like their own sort of like little computer room in their own house, which is just basically a study room with two computers on it, and I can't remember which FIFA game it was. I think it might have been FIFA 98. It was the one where they had the. It was the one where it was the year where France held the World Cup.
Oh, was it the World Cup one?
Yeah, because I always remember that like the intro had Chumbawamba.
Yes.
And the freaking and the World Cup eagle just sort of like running across. I had that on the PC, and that also had a scenario mode.
You know what? So did I. I had it on PC to begin with, and I've actually got it on PS1 now. You know, massive nostalgia hit there, because I remember playing that at my mate's house, and it was literally 2-player, and we used to play on the same side, and we'd literally I'd run down the wing, cross the ball in for the other guy to head it in or something, whatever. So, yeah, I remember that well. I
always remember sort of like the early games, like they do the scenario mode for 1966, and it would be the actual sort of gameplay, but it would be in black and white.
Yes, this does ring a bell.
I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I think I actually do remember that. I think it was on PS1 as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not 100%. It might not be. Obviously, PC, even back then, they could do things a lot more in full and more realistically than, you know, what they did now. For example, if you go back to 1995, you had Grand Prix 2, which is still getting modded nowadays.
Right.
And then you had Formula 1 on the PS1, and it was infinitely more graphically impressive on the PC, to the point that they never caught up to it until they released the PS2.
God.
You know, so it's one of those. Speaking of which, what would I consider retro? Now, I do get what you're saying, because you're going back a number of years there. You're talking when the PS1 was launched, you're talking 23 years ago the PS1 was launched.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far back as that.
Right, okay.
For retro, I would say anything that's 2 console generations back. Now, that can be a bit of a grey area, because the last ever PS2 game, for example, which would be two console generations back, the last PS2 game to ever be released was released in 2014.
Right, okay.
And that was FIFA 14. Now, in my right mind, I could not say that isn't a retro game at 4 years old. There are PS4 games that were out then.
Yeah.
I believe I don't think, was FIFA 14 out on the PS4? I think it was, wasn't it?
I think it will have been, yeah.
I think it was. So, yeah, FIFA 14, it's rare as hen's teeth, but I had. It's FIFA 14 on the PS2, but it did get released. Now, I can't with my right mind say that's retro. It's not.
No.
Which is a bit of a grey area, which people can turn around and point the finger and go, no, you're talking shit. But what I go by the console is when it was released, and the PS2 was released in 2000 or 2001. I can't remember which. I think it was 2001. Yes, it was 2001. because F1 2000 got released on the PS1, and then they moved. There wasn't a 2001 release for the PS1, I don't think.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I would consider retro. So, in that respect, the original Xbox is retro now. The GameCube is retro, as is the obviously PS2, which is a bit of a strange one. You've got to think of the Dreamcast as well. Now,
yeah, well, I was gonna say, but it's sort of like it's
it's a weird one. It's a weird one because Sega cut the life of the Saturn early, I believe. Because it wasn't out for very long, the Saturn, when you think about it. It was only out as a main like flagship console for that company for maybe 3 years. Then the Dreamcast got released, which I believe was 1999-2000.
Right.
Which is like in between generations, and it was discontinued, I think, 2002. So you've got to consider that as well, as what generation is that? Is it? I would say in terms of power and spec and things like that, you've got to say it's the same generation as, say, the PlayStation and things like that. Timing wise, is a bit of a grey area because it's like towards the end of the PS1. It was released before the end of the PS1, but it was released before the beginning of the PS2. So it's a bit of a strange one. I ended up having I've got all of them upstairs anyway from that generation anyway. So. I've got I've got the PlayStation 2 with like a bookcase full of games. I've got the original Xbox, which I don't have that many games for actually, but I do have Conquer Live and Reloaded on there, and I've got for some reason 3 copies of Halo 2. But yeah, I've got all that on there, and I've got a Dreamcast as well, which I love my Dreamcast, and I've probably said it a couple of times on this podcast before. I've got one of the original Dreamcasts that got released, or one of the original runs that got released in this country, which had no copyright protection on it.
Right.
Which means all I do is download them, get Disc Juggler on the go, Bob's your uncle. Infinite games. And I actually have a disc sort of like folder full of Dreamcast games.
Right, okay.
Things like Daytona USA 2001, fucking Sonic Adventure, or Virtua Fighter, everything you think of. I've got, I did have the proper copies of, a proper copy of Shenmue, but I sold it because I'm a fucking idiot. But I do have a backup version of it burnt to disc.
Right.
So it's not such a big issue. No, there was the thing about the Dreamcast though. There was some great games on there, like I say, like Power Stone, Bangeo. I don't give a flying fuck who you think you are. These Sonic Adventure games are okay. They are good games. Sonic 2006, different matter altogether. You got your good racing games on there. You got the Le Mans 24-hour game, the first game where you could actually go 24 hours. You actually do the actual Le Mans 24. It came out the PS1 as well, but it was very, very like stunted and shortened. The track was actually cut down in size to fit it on the disc.
Right.
The Dreamcast version didn't need that, and it was also known as Test Drive Le Mans. Now I actually have both versions of the game, and both are great for different reasons. I mean, one's obviously good because it's got the better graphics of the Dreamcast, and it's got the longer track and things like that. And we didn't get a conversion of it until the PS2 came out. But you didn't have a proper I think you did have a championship mode, but it wasn't as good as the PS1 version. Which is strange. So I preferred the PS1 championship mode to the more powerful machine that was the Dreamcast. I don't know. I guess that shows the type of gamer I am. I value gameplay more than actual graphical power.
Yeah, I'm more of the same, to be honest with you.
This is it. I mean, I'd rather play Final Fantasy VII than the latest Final Fantasy, for example. And that, you could wipe your arse of Final Fantasy VII now graphically, but you still not beat that story, and you will still not beat that gameplay.
Yeah.
Graphically, like I say, it looks like someone's vomited on the screen. But, compared to nowadays, and, games are beautiful now, they're works of art, but if you haven't got that gameplay there, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm looking at you, The Order. You look amazing. Yeah, but if your tits are made out of plastic, who wants to know?
Plus also, who wants to contend with a swinging dick on the screen?
Exactly. Fuck that noise. But yeah, retro, I'd say define two generations back, but obviously you're going to have some caveats in there. For example, FIFA games, which are still produced. No, they're not produced now, but they were, relatively recently. I mean, Guitar Hero came out 2009, and that was the PS3 had been out for years by then.
Well, I mean, I think back to sort of I don't know, that'll be Rock Band. I always look at sort of I remember playing Rock Band. I was still in high school when that came out.
I was working in a corner shop when that came out, and I had much less fun. I remember my mate getting it when it first came out, and it was like the envy of everyone I knew. I had on Facebook at that time because I was there hitting a fucking plastic drum. Like, I'm so jealous. You're hitting a fake drum. It's like, yeah, see, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I actually do have all the Rock Bands upstairs. Copies of the software. I never got all the hardware because I thought, you know what? I've got one and they're all compatible. Why would you buy the whole kit again?
Yeah.
I've still got the original guitar that I had for Guitar Hero World Tour, which was the first Guitar Hero whole band one, which came out 2008. I still have all that and it all works. I've got the Rock Band one as well. I've got all that, but I've got the software for it all as well. So I've got like the Van Halen version upstairs as well. I think the only one I've not got for the Xbox 360 is the Aerosmith one, which I'm going to have to source to complete the collection on it because I'm a fucking collectionist bitch. Completionist. There you go.
You fucking nerd.
Yeah,
I'll call you out right now. You're a fucking nerd, you Flinders.
Yeah, I've got the word begins with N. Nerd. Yeah, I've got Metallica up there and things like that, which is the one that got abused the most, clearly. I love the fucking game. I still would play it now if it weren't for the fact that, at the moment I play my video games at night, because obviously kids, and I don't really want to be waking half the house up with when you keep fucking the one solo.
Yeah.
You wake half the street up because of guitar rattle. Break your guitar. I actually hurt myself playing Guitar Hero. There's not many games that I can actually say I've given myself an injury. I've fucking made my fingers bleed trying to do. I don't know why, because there's no way I was going to be able to do it. But I tried to play Rain in Blood on expert. I could barely do it on medium. It was like, yes, it's on expert. I don't know why. I don't know how many drinks I'd had. I must have
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it was amazing. The best one I did though was Mario Party. Those games are rage-inducing and potentially physically destroying.
Friendship destroying.
Yeah, friendship destroying, legitimately. Especially when you got one of them games where you got like bump people off and you target the same person over and over and over again. It's fucking great. Especially when you see the pad, that split second before you see their pad hit you in the face. Yeah, it's great. But I remember one time it was like a mini game. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of them. I think it was either 3 or 4 Mario Party. And your characters had a big fucking mallet. And basically the idea was you had to get your characters to swing their mallet repeatedly into a button. And every time you hit the button, a womp came up. Not a womp. It's the ones on Mario 64 which walk around and fall on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those ones. They've got the plasters on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to hit it as many times as you could. And the person who got the most of them like womp things was the winner. Now I thought, do you know what I remember very, very clearly? I remember cheating on track and field on the PS1. And what I used to do was get a pencil. And I used to run it over the buttons, and it used to make you like break world records and all sorts. It was a little hack, and it was amazing. I thought, I need to do this on Mario Party. So I thought, Shit, I've got no pen. I've got no pencil. I'm going to have to use my knuckles here. The problem with that, I was playing on the GameCube, and the GameCube's buttons protrude quite a bit.
You're making me sort of like try this out now with my PS4 controller and a pen.
Yes.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's really, you can press the buttons really quickly with it. Now, I did this with my knuckles on this game, this version of Mario Party on the this particular game. By the end of it, there was red smears all over my pad. Because I had ripped my fucking knuckles to pieces. Because the buttons protrude out of the GameCube controller by about 0.5 centimetre. So, and the sharp edges as well, so they're not rounded off like the PS. You know, the PS4 buttons are rounded off. These weren't. So I'm just going there like, fucking blood flying everywhere, and I still lost. I fucking lost still. I bled for the cause, and I still lost. Yeah, it hurt. It massively. It just took all the skin off my knuckles for this one fucking mini game. I wouldn't mind it was one in about 50 mini games. So I could have got it back, and I thought, no, I'm going to put all my effort into this one and potentially cripple myself. But yeah, that's now what I would call a retro console nowadays. Which I still have one upstairs, which I mutilated, which was sad. And I don't know why I did it. I used to get Nintendo magazine, and they had like you can get skins for your consoles.
Yeah.
It came with one of those, but it was Link, the Four Swords. It came out of the GameCube, where you plugged in your Game Boy Advance, I believe, and you used that as a controller. And I decided to stick them stickers all over my GameCube. Now the stickers are falling off, and you just get that dirty, horrible sticker mark left on the console. And I'm very upset about it because I'm a fucking idiot. And then I realised I've done the same thing to my Wii.
That's less important though.
Yeah, the Wii ain't worth shit nowadays, and it's not even retro yet. So, next time next console comes out, which is rumoured to be around about 2020, it will be, my books, considered retro. So that's where it goes. But the thing is, though, if you've noticed, there's a massive difference in time. I mean, the consoles used to come out a lot closer together, and then you had that generation of the Xbox 360, the PS3, and the Wii. Now, less so for the Wii, because the Wii had a life cycle for about 7 years. But the Xbox 360 is still going now. It's actually just had an update.
God.
The Xbox 360 has just had an update. Now, it's been going since 2005. So it's had a 13-year life cycle, and it's still being supported. Now, I'm not a massive fan of Bill Gates, but you got to fucking applaud that. Which, when the next console comes out, that Xbox 360, in my books, is retro.
Yeah.
Which is fucking mind-blowing. So I bumped into Xander on that thing. And we're still talking now, somehow. Jesus, that was 9 years ago now, bumped into Xander. Maybe even 10. Maybe even 10 years ago.
10 years.
10 years he's put up with me, and, I remember when his first little boy was 2. He's 12 now.
Christ.
So, yeah, fucking hell. I remember his second one switching his Xbox off mid-race. I'm just driving down the road. I was just driving on Forza 3 at the time, I think it was. And all of a sudden you just hear Xander go, "No!" Xander has appeared offline. Oh, God, it was funny. So fucking funny. Oh, couldn't hear him after that. Well, I would have had better... But you know what? I would have probably heard him better if I had, at the time, studio headphones.
Oh, is that your segue into a big dirty plug?
It is. It is my segue into a big dirty plug. Did you like it?
It's kind of a bit on the nose, don't you think?
Absolutely. You know, you don't wear headphones on your nose, though. You wear them on your ears. Which, funny
Well,
enough,
very
is what
true.
I'm wearing mine now, which are very, very comfortable. They are the Studio Regent. Have to thank Studio via Britpod Scene, where you can find other great podcasts such as Rough Giraffe. A lot more.
Master Debaters, come
there you
on.
go. Yeah, the Master Debate. I just had a massive brain fart, let me be. Back of the Grid. I think probably the hardest part of the ring are on there. There's many, 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 many great British podcasts on there. Some are a lot better than us. Some are, I'd like
Stop
to say
selling
we're
us
great.
short, for fuck's sake. We're trying to sell.
We're trying to sell Studio headphones. And if you go to studio.com and you order yourself some high quality premium headphones, no matter what the model is, you go to the checkout and you put in your promo code RAD, you'll get yourself a cool 15% off your order. Now, I've been living with these headphones now for about, about a month now, maybe a bit longer. You've had yours for about 2 weeks, I'd say, maybe a bit longer.
2 weeks, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I'd probably say 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a couple. I remember emailing Studio. I had a couple of issues with the Bluetoothing of the Bluetooth because I upgraded my phone and I couldn't connect. They couldn't connect these via the Bluetooth. I asked for some help, got some pointers, and Bob's your uncle. Guess what? It's working again. So it was all connection issue. I had to factory reset. Nothing to do with the not wrong with the functionality of the headphones. It was just literally reset, job done. And actually, it's very, very, very simple to do. So once you've sussed it, it's dead easy. The customer service is, by the way, fantastic. So, if you ever have any problems with your Studio headphones, which you shouldn't, they'll get you back on the right track pretty quickly and, efficiently and in a good way. How are you finding your studios?
I'm enjoying mine.
Absolutely. I've never had Bluetooth headphones before I got these ones.
Neither have I. And
yeah, it's so liberating to not have the cable, isn't it?
Oh, I know. Do you know what? I just sort of... I wish I could sort of, like, invest in, like... Well, to be honest with you, I've only really bothered with the Regent ones. I've got exactly the same model as you have.
Yeah.
Just for pottering about the house and stuff like that. I could really do with some Bluetooth earphones for work, because the amount of times that I'm lugging about and just sort of the aux port on the current iPhone, it isn't the best.
No.
Like it literally takes like the faintest movements and it'll come loose, which is rather annoying when you're either listening to music or listening to a podcast and then you just hear a kunk and it's just like, for fuck's sake, it's come out, hasn't it? And it has. It's just sort of rage-inducing.
That's what mine was like on my old Samsung. Where it got even worse though, because my headphone jack decided it didn't want even to hold the headphones anymore. So, the Bluetooth headphones, when Studio said, here, have some headphones, through Britpod Scene, and I was like, yes, please. And it fixed every single issue I ever had. You don't have to worry about having all these, like, loose connections with cables and things like that. And even so, even if you don't have a device which, supports Bluetooth, say, for example, like I am right now, I'm currently using my Studio headphones in my PC. Now, I don't have the Bluetooth set up for the PC. Well, you can do, but I've got it set up through the AUX cable, through the headphone jack, and there's no real difference in quality. I'm using the cable that comes with the headphones, and yeah, I can't fault it. They've been really, really good. Just pro tip though, if you're going to do it that way and your cable, God forbid, does break, don't get your cables from Poundland. They don't fit. I tried it because I misplaced these ones. But thankfully I found them again. So yeah, Studio headphones. These ones that I have on at the minute retail at $99. If you take 15% off that, £85. $85, which works out to around about £75 roughly, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to be honest with you, for headphones that I would say are much better than Dre's, I would honestly say they're better than Dre's. They're more comfortable. The sound quality is better for spoken word and music. Absolutely, I can't recommend these high enough. So get yourself over to sudio.com. That's sudio.com. Get yourself over there. And remember, the promo code RAD at the checkout, and you'll get yourself 15% off your order, just like Lewis did.
I did indeed.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll go a little bit more commercially sort of thing, but podcast-based, and we'll go for a very brief break. Back in a minute.
Hey, this is Coxie, reminding you to check out the Lost Art of Podcasting. We cover reviews, interviews, listener topics, our own topics. We even take a general look at life and the world around us. So I'll find the Lost Art Podcasting on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, even YouTube, and all of the good podcast places.
Hello, this is for...
Can't we say hello at the same time?
Fuck's sake. Hello! This is an advertisement for Master Debaters.
Oh, can we say Master Debaters together as well? Yeah?
Hello! I am Michael.
I'm Sean. I'm Toffer.
And we are the Master Debaters.
Oh, we wanted to say that we are the Master Debaters. That's what we want to do.
We're all saying it.
Yeah.
Hello! I'm Michael.
I'm Sean. I'm Toffer. And
we are the
Damn it, Sean!
Debaters.
I thought we were just doing...
Hello! I'm Michael.
I'm Sean. I'm Toffer.
We are...
The Master Debaters. You can find us on Twitter @_Master Debaters, SoundCloud, Podbean, and iTunes. Just do yourself a favour and jump aboard this podcast train. Choo choo, motherfucker!
It's a mum.
Hello, Mum.
And a daughter.
Hello, Stacey.
Just telling it like they think they oughta.
I'd love to meet a pirate.
Rough giraffe. Rough giraffe.
Melodic sound of the flute.
They'll make you pee your pants when you laugh.
Wet and maggoty.
Funny chat.
Comedy bronze.
Sketchy facts.
Dog monk.
And advice from a very wonky cat.
Kipper.
Rough giraffe.
Sometimes sober.
Rough giraffe.
Cheese maggot.
On Podbean and Apple Podcasts.
It's not like they don't know what they're getting.
If you like hilarious chat and poorly researched facts, then Rough Giraffe is for you. You can follow us on Twitter @Rough Giraffe Pod or find us on Facebook. You can download and subscribe to the show on your favourite podcatcher.
Thank you for listening to the RAD podcast. If you really enjoy this podcast, please consider supporting us by going to the RAD Live Facebook page at www.facebook.com/UKRAD Live. You can also find us on Twitter. Our handle is @UKRAD Podcast. You can find this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and many other good podcast apps and websites. And while you're supporting us, consider supporting our friends at the Lost Art of Podcasting. You can find them also on Facebook by going to the www.facebook.com/Lost Art of Podcasting. They are also on Twitter and have a handle @Lost Art Podcast. They are also on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and many other good podcast apps. Same also for his spin-off show, The Lost Art of Wrestling. They are also on Facebook @Lost Art Podcast and also on Twitter with their handle @LAOW Podcast. Friends of the show, These People Podcast, great little show. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. You can find them at Facebook at www.facebook.com/These People Podcast. They are also on Twitter @TPPod. They also have a website at www.thesepeoplepodcast.com, and you can find them on Spreaker, iTunes, and many other good apps. Also, while you're at it, Casa Mirth podcast. Cracking show if you don't mind a little bit more of the risque side of things. They are also have a website of their own as well at www.casamirth.com. They are on Twitter @CasaMirth and also find them on Facebook. They are also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and all other good pod sort of apps out there. And Mooch TV, friends of the show as well. They are on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Mooch TV. But you can also find them on YouTube at www.youtube.com/Mooch TV. And if you're ever in Blackpool, in the season, might add, because it's now closed, you can go to Reflex, the only bar in Blackpool that has 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and noughties music. Also accompanied with great food upstairs in the family bar. So if you're in Blackpool and you enjoy, great food, great music, and a great time, why don't you consider checking out the Reflex at the Foxhole? Now it's back to the RAD Live podcast. And we are back. Did you enjoy your break?
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright. I got a glass of water. And mate tinkles. We're all good.
Uh-huh.
A very eventful break there. Visit to the tap and then emptied my tap. Yes, you wanted to talk about something?
Yes, I'd like to talk about this whole controversy, and I do use controversy in inverted quote marks, about a certain Raheem Sterling and his gun tattoo.
Oh yes, this crap.
Just right. If you're not familiar of it, Raheem Sterling's got a tattoo of basically like an assault rifle on the inside of his leg, which I think it's an AK-47. I don't know. I've only really seen the tattoo at a glance.
I think it's like an M4. I'm not 100%.
Right. Okay.
Either way, it's an assault rifle.
Yeah, and it's all come out in the press, and when I say press, it's come from like really two sources, like two scaremongers.
Yeah, two fucking scumbags.
Well, it's easy to see, sort of like the scumbag. Well, the two that really started it off were the Scum newspaper, also known as The Sun.
The Scum.
And Piers Morgan, who's just a fucking prick.
Yeah, that's fair. That's actually quite kind.
Yeah, well, it's not really worth my time and effort. It's not really worth the air that I breathe to rant about Piers Morgan.
He's a twat, but he's not the Katie Hopkins level of twat, at least. But anyway.
No, because... Yeah. So basically, Raheem Sterling had to put on his Instagram account the reasoning of what's gone on with the tattoo.
Oh, the meaning behind it.
Yeah, the meaning behind it, and it's basically the fact it's there as sort of like a tribute to his dad, who was gunned down when he was a young age. And it is literally a tattoo that's there as a reminder to never pick up a gun, never do anything with a gun, basically.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Sorry, go on.
And just fucking, the Sun are the ones to print it out, and fucking, the going on about. And the thing is with Raheem Sterling, it's not the fucking first time that he's been shunned by the fucking media, which I'm not freaking surprised at. And Piers Morgan coming out of just sort of like, how can people think this is okay when guns are being used in everyday life, in this day and age, and they're destroying lives. And the amount of people that just sort of turn around to him and just like, the club that you love so dearly, Arsenal Football Club, what is the main thing that's on their badge?
A fucking cannon.
A fucking cannon. That in fucking times of the revolution was seen as a then weapon of mass destruction.
Oh yeah, it was the be all
so
and
you
all
can,
the time, wasn't it?
So you can take your fucking criticism, your holier than thou attitude, and you can shove it up your fucking arse. Just the thing is, it's right before a World Cup as well. And it only seems to be sort of like Raheem Sterling that seems to be getting this treatment. Can you imagine if sort of like, I don't know, Harry Kane or Wayne Rooney when he was fucking England's little golden boy? Can you imagine if they had a tattoo like that? They'd be freaking, people would be jumping right to their right to his defence. And I honestly think that it's because of the colour of his skin.
I wouldn't even go that far. I would genuinely think it's because it's slow news this week. What I mean by that is the world's basically shit itself, and now obviously you had this escalation of the nuclear conflict potentially happening with North Korea, this, that, and the other, and it's taken the attack on Syria when we had the missile strike on Syria to go, oh shit, we're on the brink here. We need to stop. Which obviously sped up the peace talks. All of a sudden, Kim Jong-un decided, oh shit, I need to make peace now. You know, because hang on a minute, they're kind of serious about using weapons here. We better back off a bit. And US and America and the UK have been like, well, if we go only one step further here, it is nukes, isn't it? And they'll fire back. And Russia's getting a bit antsy. Yeah, we need to step back here. Russia's pretty much more, well, yeah, we could nuke them maybe, but they'd nuke us back. It's not really worth it, maybe. So that's the way I read it. It was like the world's basically just gone and shit itself and went, right, well, we need to calm it down now, pour a bit of water over it and, you know, try and get along a bit better, basically. But basically, that's not really exciting news. Like, two men are going to meet in a room and shake hands. You've got the royal wedding's finished. Other than that, you've got the odd man bouncing a knife off a car window. That's about it. that's your national news. Let's think of something else we can fill the airtime with. Oh right, Raheem Sterling's got a potentially controversial tattoo. Let's pick on that. The way I saw of it is, well, if it's the case and he's decided that he doesn't want to pick up a gun, and it's just a reminder that he doesn't pick up a gun and he's not to use a gun. Well, maybe he's tattooed it on his leg because he does his shooting with his foot.
Yeah.
That's the impression I got off it, and that's the meaning I got behind it. So I don't need an actual gun to do my shooting. I do my shooting where it matters, into the back of a net for my football team. That's the only shooting I'm interested in doing.
Yeah.
And that's the message I got across on that. And if anything, that's a positive message to put across.
Exactly.
And not only that as well, he said that the tattoo is also a work in progress.
You
know, it's like getting a tattoo. It's like getting a tattoo of a male dog on your arm, but starting off with the cock and balls and leaving that. It's like, it's not a tattoo of a cock and balls. It's a tattoo of a dog eventually, but you've picked up on the fact it's a cock and balls.
Either that, or you sort of like have a big spiky collar, and then people are like, "Oh, he's into S&M."
Who's that?
Do you know, one of the other things to sort of touch on with this about how scummy the fucking media is? Do you see the way Sky News or Sky Sports News manipulated Sterling's Instagram message?
No, I didn't.
They added a word.
Oh.
Now, somewhere in it, I forget what. Hang on a minute. Let me get it up. Let me get the message up. Do 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 do. Internet slow as fuck.
A bit like how we started the show today, because obviously my Spreaker studio decided to shit itself. Your computer decided to shit itself.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm on a rolled back version of Spreaker Studio now to get it running, which is, it's doing a good job. If you can hear us, say hello, because I've written in the chat saying hello everyone, and there's nobody there. But yeah, get talking to us, please. We're lonely. Is it working yet?
Yeah, I've had to go on. I've had to go on Telegraph Sport. Yeah, so the basic message was, when I was 2, my father died from being gunned down to death. I made a promise to myself I would never touch a gun in my lifetime. I shoot with my right foot, so it has a deeper meaning, and still unfinished.
Yeah,
now,
that's the message I got. Like I say, he shoots with his right foot.
Now, actually, no, they've not added a word. They've replaced a word.
Oh.
Now, Sky Sports News, and somebody did screenshot this, and it did go online, but the bit where he says, I made a promise to myself I would never touch a gun in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Sky, for whatever reason, replace the word time and replace it with the word again.
Oh.
Implying that, you know, he's held a gun. He's already done it.
Yeah, that's finding. That's trying to find a story out of a nothing story.
Exactly. And then, you know, as soon as people started fucking calling them out and, you know, sending fucking hate messages to Sky and all that, they instantly freaking retracted. It was just sort of like, oh, we're sorry, you know, we didn't mean it in this sort of light. Well, what fucking light did you mean for it?
It's a good fucking job they did retract it, because fucking Raheem Sterling could have done them for libel.
Fuck off, Sky. You're a fucking ballless, fucking gutless, fucking cowards.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Don't like that. That's naughty.
And there's a fucking reason why people don't pay your extravagant fucking rip-off prices for your shitty fucking. Well,
sadly, I do.
Well, you're freaking, you know, should get that sorted.
We had no choice at the time, and I want to watch Le Mans and things like that. Sky.
Right. Okay. Well, there's a majority of people out there who have illegal Sky boxes, and you know, they get away with fucking, you know, streaming your fucking services. And you know what? I'm fucking glad that they do.
I kind of have a tablet that does that, and I get the sports for free.
Well, I don't care. So, in the immortal words of Jim Cornette, Sky, fuck you in the ass. And a big thank you bye to the Scum newspaper and Piers fucking Morgan. You can all fuck off a cliff and die.
Yeah, they can fuck off a fucking cliff. Absolutely. Speaking of language, speaking of the nice foul language, Enzo Amore, if you remember this man, if you're a wrestling fan, he lost his job because of a sexual sort of, was it a rape charge he got? And then
It was a rape charge, yeah.
Well, I want to say rape charge. It wasn't apparent. There's not actually a charge put against him.
It's a rape accusation.
Yeah, it was an accusation which went a bit too, well, not a bit too far. You can't take a rape accusation too far, really, when you think about it. It's got to be looked at. But he lost his job over it. It ruined his wrestling career. And what you got to remember is, there's no proof to say that he did it, but there's also no proof to say that he didn't. So it's very like, well, there's not enough evidence to press any charges, this, that, and the other. So I'm not going to throw guilt around to anybody, even though the woman looks like it. She seems like a bit of a madden. Let's just say that.
Well, she didn't present herself in the most sane way possible.
No, I mean she's a kind of cam whore. As well, she sells pictures of herself on the internet, which is, you know, not the best light to be when you're trying to portray a man as, you know, it's a rapist. Rapist and a man that took advantage of you. Yet you sell pictures even after the fact. It doesn't paint a good picture, does it? Really? But he seems to have reinvented himself. He's got himself signed up to the was it World Star?
I don't know. I've not really been paying attention. Well,
He's
as you can tell, I don't really care for him.
Yeah, but he's been signed up to the sort of like group. I'm reluctant to call them a music sort of label, because they're not. They're more famous for the fight videos that they seem to have. Your World Star fights and things like that. But he's signed up to World Star, the great people that have that they've had on their label, like the Catch Me Outside girl. She had one song, and you don't hear from her again. So Enzo has released his own hip hop tune. Lewis hasn't heard this, I believe.
No, I haven't.
No, but I'm going to play it now. Now, unfortunately, we had a bit of a play before we came on air to see if I could actually get him to hear sound effects. Now, sadly, I can't get him to hear sound effects, so we're going to have to do this old-fashioned way and play it down the microphone. Now, hopefully you guys will hear this too. So here is Enzo Amore, also known now as Real One, with his song called Phoenix. Here for your listening pleasure.
Floppy jalopy son of a bitch, sitting on your fucking couch with your fucking phone in your hand, doing your armchair detective work, think you know what the fuck's going on. When was the last time you kept a 2-month social media charge? Think I wasn't gonna say shit?
I'ma let y'all talk shit. If I had a fuck to give, I'll give it. If you don't frog, you ain't gotta leave. All you gotta do is ribbon. Written on a zero fucks given exhibit. I got nothing to lose. Minute for minute, then a minute to win it. Sky's the limit. Sorry, officer, gotta admit it. Yeah, I'm over the limit. Left car down with a one-way ticket. Rolled up with it, sparked that bitch. Climbed it down with it, lit my lips. Piss textless, bitch, I just shit. Eyes full of hate on the crazy eights. Let's see how I pivot. Ball my court, bounce back, ran number 24. Shit footprint right off my image. Don't just love, cause you can less. Double that soul. Once I love, once I hate.
Don't worry, I will take you out of your misery very shortly.
What's he gonna say? What's he gonna do? Got him on the toes like a midget. Out of urinal. Couple red roses on my gimmick. Couple tears at the funeral. Big cry tears of joy at my funeral. Big cry tears of joy at my funeral.
And I think that's enough of that. So, did you get to hear that?
Yeah.
Now he talks about what happened in the song. Now I've heard a bit more of it and things like that, and he does talk about what happened and basically calls the girl, is it Philomena, a liar and this, that, and the other, an attention seeker and all this shit.
Is it very smart to be? You know, I realise that the case has been thrown out and all, but this very much feels like way back in the day when Jerry Lawler was cleared of harassment charges, and you know, it's similar things to what Enzo's been through. And I seem to remember some of the verbiage he used in his first statement after getting cleared. He was quoted as saying he was quite tickled by the whole affair. I mean, it's just sort of like, is that really the sort of like the right vocabulary to be using? Is that sort of like the right thing to be saying after, you know, something as serious as this? I mean, that's just sort of like, it's like poking the bear with a stick.
Yeah, just a bit.
I don't get.
Now I can understand being pissed off. I mean, if this is not legit and it's all made up in her fucking head, maybe they did have some sort of relationship that night, and she's basically turned around regretting it. Well, right, well, I'm going to, because he's in a position of notoriety and maybe has a bit of money, I'm going to work this. I'm going to try and get some of that money in my own pocket. Now, potentially it could be that. So she could be turning around, obviously calling her a liar, and this is his way of venting that. And you know, there's been people out there in the hip hop genre that have done that in the past, who have outed people and aired their grievances. You know, Eminem has done that, and other people. You know, it's been done. It's been done.
The difference is, like, people like Eminem and stuff like that, they've actually got a bit of talent.
There is that.
I mean, sort of like listening to that little bit there, it was like listening to someone doing a really shit Lil Wayne impression.
Yes, it was.
That's literally all it sounded like to me.
Yeah, it just sounded like a bunch of mumbling to me.
Like literally, sort of like the one thing I
He sounded like the guy out of Police Academy.
The one thing that when I think of Enzo Amore, I always think of him in that Sonic advert with Cass, where Cass is going, "Yo, Enzo, what you got there?" He's like, "What I got here? A cup of potatoes. A cup of potato." You know, for like a cup of potato fingerlings or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
It's literally the first thing I hear. And, you know, the thought of this guy who came up with cup potatoes doing a serious, like, rap diss is very jarring to me.
Yeah, it's when you see some of the shit he does done in WWE and you compare it to that, it is very, 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 very black and white, isn't it? Well, you know, it's very night and day. It's there's no middle ground, is there? He's gone from one extreme to another. He's gone from being like, pleasing kids, how you doing, things like that, being child friendly, to basically every other word is fuck. And rapping about a really serious matter. It's strange. I get he's into that sort of background. If he wants to do that, fair play to him. If he wants to make some money out of it, go for it. Absolutely. I bet people out there, as much as we hate it, I bet there'll be someone out there that absolutely loves it.
Probably, yeah.
For example, I'm at the minute listening to a hell of a lot of Psycho Stick. My missus overheard one of the songs. It just sounds like, she said, and I quote, it sounds like two homeless men banging on the top of banging on top of a bin. But I enjoy it. And I can understand why she thinks that, but I don't know why I just seem to like really angry music at the minute. I don't know why.
Is it reflected in your...
No, not at all.
Is it reflected in your life at the moment, Paul?
No, not at all. I've always enjoyed my metal loud and heavy. And I've always enjoyed, that's the way I like it. I put headphones on full blast and just basically rattle my head. That's the way I've always liked it. I don't know why. It's just one of those. And Psycho Stick are fucking great for that. And even had a bit of a comedy twist onto it. It's fucking brilliant. Funny enough, I heard them through my studio headphones. Hey, there you go. Second plug.
Getting out a plug for the working man.
Absolutely. But thankfully, I've not sullied my studio headphones with that song. So, yeah, Enzo More. I'd rather you went to the indies than did this shit, if I'm brutally honest. But if that's what you want to do, all power to you. If it makes you some extra cash, fucking carry on. I just probably will not be hearing your next song.
No.
Because I would rather bleach my ears with a bit of Slipknot than that, basically. Or maybe actual bleach. That would be a more pleasant experience. Because that was fucking garbage. Basically. Fucking awful it was. Topics. I'm looking at the topics now. And we kind of tackled 2 for 1 there, because we talked about retro gaming before, but we also talked about our graphics in video games important, and we both kind of agreed they're not. It's all about the gameplay that holds things together. The graphics could obviously be good. The graphics of a video game could be a very good plaster to hide really bad gameplay. But the problem is, if you stick a plaster on a gaping wound, it ain't going to heal it. So, it's one of those. But I think, we've done that to death. We can talk about these couple of stories that I found on Facebook. But first, have you got any more topics you want to talk about?
I'm pretty sure something will come up.
We'll come up with some. We'll find something.
Yeah.
Jamie Oliver has come up with some more bullshit. Basically, am I giving away my position on this? Jamie Oliver wants to get rid of cartoon characters on cereal boxes, as he thinks they could be to blame for 22,000 kids being classed as severely obese.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's that from Jamie Oliver, plus like parents complaining about the adverts that are shown on like TV during the daytime, and like literally. Well, I can't talk because I'm not a parent, but surely, there might be stuff that can be done from, there's the television aspect of it, but surely there's a lot of emphasis on the parents as well.
Well, this is what I'm about to get at. Now, the kids don't buy the cereal.
No.
This specific example he's talking about, for example, Snap, Crackle and Pop, Tony Tiger, whatever that fucking wolf is called on the Cookie Crunch, things like that, So, that's it. What's it? Coco the Monkey.
Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, Cocoa Pops. The Rice-icle Spaceman. Oi.
Sorry, that's just reminded me of a fucking.
Ramsey Nesbitt.
That's just reminded me of a couple of Scousers playing like a Super Mario football game, and one of the alligator characters is in.
Yes.
Is in there, and they talk about sort of like he looks like the alligator from the Cocoa Pops advert.
Yes, he does. But yes, Jamie Oliver wants to get rid of these cartoon characters, the branding that's on them. My answer to that is, you know what? You get kids asking for stuff. You're going to get them, they appeal to them. Like Snap, Crackle and Pop. Fair enough. I want Rice Krispies to, I want Rice Krispies. I want Frosties. Tony Tigers. Great. This, that, and the other. At the end of the day, your 5-year-old is not going to go into fucking Asda, pick up a box of cereal, and pay for it.
No,
the parent does. So ultimately, the parent makes the decision of what cereal that child eats. So, you're telling me that Snap, Crackle and Pop is aimed to sell a breakfast cereal to adults? No. Not at all. What the idea is for them children to suggest that they get said cereal. And maybe the odd one or two may buy it. But I don't see the problem as having these cereals as a treat. Now, this is what we do in my household. We have the normal cereals like your Weetabix. We have Rice Krispies, funny enough, but I consider that a healthier alternative.
Yeah.
What is puffed up rice?
Uh-huh.
Cornflakes we have. We've got, not as good, but better than some, Cheerios sort of things. Because they've got a bit of a sugary out in case on them, but they're not that bad. But we've also got the Honey Loops. We've also got Cocoa Pops in. We have had the multi-packs that you can get. The little mini cardboard boxes. Yeah, we got them as a treat because it's half term for the kids, so we got them because they like picking their own. They're really independent, so they pick their own cereals and things like that. I mean, occasionally we have to get all the boxes out and let them pick that way.
Yeah.
They let them they'll pick their own, and 9 times out of 10 they pick something healthy.
Mm-hmm.
For example, they love Weetabix at the minute. We've just got some Oatabix in, and they love that.
Yeah.
It's one of them. Darren's just let us know on Facebook that he's shared the podcast. I don't know if he's listening. But yeah, end of the day, like I say, these cereal mascots are designed to get kids to ask their parents. At the end of the day, these parents are the ones that are making the decision.
Yeah.
They're not designed to sell to these parents. They're designed to get the kids to ask. Now, the message should be, let's not take these mascots off the cereal. More like, let's educate these adults in better being better dietitians for their children.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with having bits and bobs every now and again. Having the odd box as a treat cereal every now and again. Sometimes a bit of sugar in a breakfast is what you need to get you up and going. Sugar is your body's natural way of, the fuel that you use to get you going from A to B, to get you through the day. This is why we measure blood sugar. It's... Every now and again, it's not the problem. What the problem is when parents just buy willy-nilly cereal. Oh, we'll just get Cocoa Pops every single day of the week. That's the problem.
There's no control.
No, it's all about control and moderation. And if you can get that cracked, it doesn't fucking matter what you shove down your kid's throat, as long as they're getting the good stuff, as long as they're with the bad. And for fuck's sake, let kids be fucking kids. Where was all this shit when I was... I'm 32 now. 20 years ago, there were none of this shite.
No.
None.
I mean, I always have sort of like I always have the stories of sort of like my nan growing up along the docks in Liverpool, and like she was like one of 13, and they'd literally come home from school and it'd literally just be lard butties.
Yeah.
And nobody kicked up a fuss then.
Yeah. Fucking bread and dripping.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Your kids have been put into fucking social services if you gave your kids bread and dripping now. You would be. You'd be reported.
Yeah.
But that shit was fine even 20 years ago. Fried bread. Fried bread.
I love a bit of fried bread, mate.
Exactly. You give that to your kids, you get it reported. Simple as. You know.
Who wants toast from the deep fat fryer? We're taking your kids away.
You know, you got grammar Nazis and you've got people like that. Jamie Oliver is a fucking diet Nazi. That's what he is.
Oh, do you know what? I saw he put on his Twitter the other day of what's everyone's favourite go-to breakfast, and someone commented saying, "I'm not fucking telling you, you'll get it banned, you cunt."
Should have said deep fried Mars bar. I'd lost his shit. Oh god! Honest to God, I think we should protest. You obviously got the fracking protests in Blackpool, obviously the thing. We should camp outside his house and just have fucking a barbecue or something like that going. All of them have got fucking turkey twizzlers on them, and we're just eating them in front of his house repeatedly. Just fucking get sponsored by the company that makes turkey twizzlers. Just sit outside his fucking house and just eat them. Have them on butties, chop them up and put them in curries.
Soak them in dripping.
Right. Set up a fucking stove right in front of his living room window and just fucking fry it underneath it. Shove him up his car's exhaust. Like, what the fuck's that smell? It's turkey twizzler.
I realise this isn't related, but I saw something on Twitter the other day that I laughed and I was just sort of like, I'm an awful human being.
That's why you're on the show, mate.
Well, exactly, yeah. Well, there was an article that CNN did about when they interviewed Stevie Wonder a few days ago.
All right.
And the article's got a quote from Stevie Wonder and then a link to the interview. And the quote from Stevie Wonder was, "I'm glad I was able to say I love you to Prince the last time I saw him." And someone's commented saying, "The last time you what?"
Fucking hell. We're going to hell, but it's warm and we know people.
It's warm and there'll be plenty of familiar faces around about, so it's not like...
This is it. You know, we'll be socially accepted down there, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we won't need any jumpers, don't need to pack anything, it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we like the birdie drinks, the whiskey, it'll be fine. But yeah, Jamie Oliver, go fuck yourself. Let kids be kids. Yeah, he has problems with turkey twizzlers, 2-for-1 pizzas, and sugar. Sorry, go on.
Can I just say, he has a problem with sugar? Well, I present you my middle finger that's cupped around my big pint glass of Vimto.
Yeah. I'd like to say that, but
and it's hardly diluted, like a quarter of the glass. It says strong on as well.
And that's a good topic, actually. You said something would come up. How strong have you got to have cordial?
Oh, you can't fucking skimp out.
No, you can't skimp. Even this double strength shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least a quarter of the glass.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a quarter of the glass. Vimto, sometimes it's that nice you have to go. You've got to sneak a little bit extra in.
Mm.
Yeah, it's got to be near enough neat. Vimto's got to be neat.
I wouldn't go too far, because if you get too much, you get like that thick, sort of like syrupy glaze on your tongue, and you just sort of like,
Yeah, okay, fair play. I get that.
So you got to be able to balance it out a little bit. You got to get the right measurement to it. But once you get that sorted, you're absolutely fine.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you ever had hot Vimto? Oh, if you ever got a bad cold, get some strong hot Vimto and a couple of paracetamol. That will sort your shit out. That will sort you out. It's like a Diet Beecham's. It's fucking brilliant. Trust me, it's the future. Seriously, you could probably cure cancer with that. It's amazing. It's awesome, that stuff. I mean, I can't rate it enough for sorting out colds. I really can't. It's a go-to. If you've run out of Lemsip, get that down your neck. Put a couple of paracetamol, you're laughing. Trust me, you'll be right as rain before you know it. So, are you still there, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm still there. Basically, throughout the recordings, you'll sometimes hear clicks, and that's basically me muting my microphone if I ever have to sort of like cough or blow my nose, because yes, hay fever season has kicked in, so there's a lot of this going about.
Yes,
and
obviously
I like to mute my microphone so it doesn't pick this disgusting habit up. Trying to keep it as professional as possible.
Absolutely, we don't do professional. But yeah, I'm weird like that. I don't have any allergies or anything like that at all.
Lucky bastard.
I don't have any breathing issues. I don't have asthma or anything like that. I don't have any allergies as far as I'm aware. I'm just as I am, basically. And yeah, I see people all around me. They've got asthma, they've got allergies, they've got this, they've got that, they've got the other, they've got eczema. The worst I ever have to do was a bit of dry skin on the back of my hand.
Alright for some.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, I'm the only one out of the group that doesn't really have an issue. I can't complain. So, yeah, I can't sympathise either, because I don't know why. I'll probably outlive you all and be the most depressed. It'll be alright. I've got to catch up with it, come on. Speaking of depressed...
Oh, God.
We'll end the show, I think, pretty soon, because I'm running out of topics, actually.
Is that I hope that's the depressing part that the show is coming to an end soon.
There is that. I'm proper enjoying this week. I'm proper enjoying this one this week.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. But talking about food Nazis and what have you, I actually have another topic that I promise I will talk about, which we will do after this, actually. A school... Well, when we talk about depression, it's the pupils.
Right.
The school has banned packed lunches, has offered halal meat and gluten-free meals instead. It insists pupils also only drink water as hydrated brains learn better. Now, the school in question is the Arus School in Didcot in Oxfordshire. Now, as I've mentioned in the thing there, because I've actually written quite a bit of details about this, because I was like, what the fuck? So I took a few notes. It was like, pupils could pick either a hot halal meat meal, a hot gluten-free veggie meal, a jacket potato, a salad, a pasta pot, or a baguette. The head teacher says that the food education closes the poverty gap, and delicious, nutritious food should be a universal entitlement. But a father of one of the kids has said, and I quote, it says that the rules are draconian and is more like a dictatorship. It's about choice. It's supposed to be... what's the word? An inclusive school, but they are catering for only one particular religion. Says the school's insinuation that pupils would not get a sit-down meal at home or would only eat unhealthy food was absolutely insulting. Now, what are your thoughts on this, Lewis? Because for me, it's more about what it's taking choice away from the kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, what was the first thing that this fucking principal said? Again,
the quote that she said that food education closes the poverty gap.
Closes it. What the fuck does that mean?
No, it just makes everyone fucking robots. It doesn't close any poverty gap. If you're not giving them food, the kids at that age, it's a primary school, might I add. They get free school dinners. It's not closing any fucking poverty gap. Everyone's entitled to a free school fucking dinner. So
Also,
you're telling me I'm not going to be poor anymore because I can have halal meat, the same as that guy that comes to school in a fucking Mercedes. No, it's not. It's a load of shit.
I'm sorry, but like, do you ever remember having school dinners at your school?
Absolutely.
I only ever had them on the rare occasion, and I always remember them being shit.
It depends on the school. Now, I used to go to Revo Primary School. Their school dinners were fucking shit hot. Went to Grange Park and they were garbage, and then went to Warbrick and they were great again. So it depends on what high school.
Don't go back into education then. Don't go back into education, Paul.
I know. They don't serve fucking turkey twizzlers anymore. But yeah, this fucking Nazi has banned school packed lunches, bringing them in. It's basically so they can control what they're putting in your body. But at the end of the day, isn't it out of the parents' choice what they feed their kids?
It's like you say, Paul. It's like a very private dictatorship.
Yeah, well, I didn't say that. The quote of the father of one of the children who's remained anonymous.
Well, he's fucking right.
I don't blame him because he's turned around and said that it's only catering for one religion, which I will admit it fucking is.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If you want to eat meat, you're eating halal meat in that place. Now, I'm not racist or anything like that, but that's shoving a way of life down everybody's throat who may not even be living that way of life or want to know that way of life. Nothing wrong with that way of life. I don't agree with how halal meat's, butchered, but that's not my choice to make. It's not the way I live, so, nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to say anything about it. But if you're shoving a way of life down people's throats, that is fucking wrong. Now, I've gone on this podcast in the early days and said that how evil religion is, as a rule, and the way it's basically controlled it's legalised mind control in some cases, as far as I'm concerned. This is not much different from that. It's just saying, right, you are eating the food that we give you, and you will like it. If you don't eat it, you will starve. Oh, and don't forget, you're not drinking anything but water. Good luck doing that to a fucking 5-year-old that refuses to drink water because it's not got Vimto in it. Mr. Lewis.
Well, fuck you. I always sort of like, it's funny that you should bring up sort of religion being a brainwashing tool. Because there's also like I've just been reminded of the flat earthers. They're still literally convinced, even though there's photographic evidence that the earth is round, they're still convinced that the earth is flat.
Put them in a plane, take off from Cairo, and say, right, fly one direction and don't turn off, and just fly in a straight line, see where you end up. In a day or so later, when they land back at Cairo, say, did you fly into space? Jesus
I bet you see, they'll probably just turn around and just like, see, Earth is one big sheet.
Yeah,
it goes on. Yeah,
it's like a fucking Scooby-Doo sketch.
It's a treadmill track.
It's a fucking treadmill. And if that's the case, then how the fucking kids are obese then? If it's a fucking treadmill. This head teacher's a psycho. It's not right. I don't agree with it. It's taking choice away. I mean, everyone has a human right from the day you're born. It includes the right to choice.
Exactly.
If you take the choice away, you're not giving them a choice. Certainly not giving them potentially halal meat. If you're giving that to a Christian kid, that might not be that's not necessarily,
might be against their religion.
Exactly. I get it. They're trying to accommodate for as many people as possible. I don't know if it's a highly Muslim school or not. I don't know.
Well, just give that option. Don't be fucking taken away from everybody else.
Absolutely. If you're going to do that, you're going to serve halal meat. Fair play to them. Let them do it. If they're catering for a mostly Muslim population, fair play. That's absolutely fine. but also allow a meat option which isn't halal meat.
Yeah.
Normal meat, a normal thing like a burger, no, maybe not even a burger, just fucking boiled ham. If they're going for this fucking healthy option shit, some boiled ham. Or something like that. Something that's, some chicken. Fucking hell, if you're on Slimming World, chicken's a godsend. It's fucking, sinless if you have it, just without skin on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just get, or like some chicken breasts or something like that. Just cut it up and just have that job done.
Yeah.
But no, let's just put everyone under the same fucking blanket. If you want to eat a hot meal, you have to adhere to fucking eating halal meat. Even if you're, if you're animal rights and if you're all about killing animals humanely. No, your son or daughter's got to eat an animal that's been butchered in a way that's against what you believe in. No, I don't agree with that whatsoever. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong. And if you want to eat something warm, you've got to eat something vegetarian or a jacket potato. Which, by the way, you can eat. What are you going to give them? Baked beans? Oh no, you can't do that because it's got sugar in. So what are you going to do? Give them just a bag of jacket potato with fucking nothing? Well, you can't give them butter because that's full of fat. What is it? Just a jacket potato? That is literally it. Fucking stupid.
You think?
Yeah, just a bit. This woman's a fucking psychopath.
That's just I'd say more of an idiot than a psychopath.
I'll call her a psychopath because he's more dramatic and trying to act like Sky Sports and make a story out of nothing.
Too true.
Apparently, but this is an actual story. I got it off. Good credit where credit's due. I got the article off Metro. The waste of space paper that is.
Yeah.
The very left-leaning paper, which somehow had a right-wing story in it. Go figure.
It's the paper that you get free on the train.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, that's what they say, and I think it's a load of shit, and it needs to stop. And if my school decided to do that, my kid would be leaving. So I'll be finding another school. Now, to be fair, I've not got a problem with the water. Main reason being my kids drink water and they like water, and my school actually has drinking water throughout the day. And they have like little bits of fruit, like bowls of fruit in the classroom, chopped up fruit, which they can go and help themselves to at any time, which I think is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'm chuffed to bits for that. It's my closest school as well, so that's well good. So yeah, well chuffed for that. So yeah, we'll finish on a story. Well, not a story, a topic. That's I just thought, because I was, for shits and giggles, I was just sat here, and I said to the kids, "Is there anything you want me to talk about on my little radio show sort of thing tonight?" Because obviously they don't know what a podcast is, but they know what the radio is.
Yeah. So
I was like, obviously, my son's 4, my daughter's 2, and my son, he was like, "Can you talk about the planets, the dwarf planets in the solar system?" I was like, yeah, maybe. I'll do it now. There's 8 planets. They're called Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and we've got some dwarf planets. They're called Ceres, Pluto, Makemake, Eris. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, and Haumea. There you go. So there you go. Rico, I've talked about them as much as I possibly can do on a podcast without boring the audience. But Ruby said she wanted me to... Ruby, my daughter. She wanted me to talk about Peppa Pig. Which I'm going to inadvertently do because Peppa Pig is her favourite cartoon, which she likes to watch, We've talked about it before, about some of the adult humour that's in Peppa Pig and other, kids' shows. Now, I want you to go back in time now. Now, Lewis, how old are you again?
24.
24, so let's go back about 15 years for you, and me it's going to be a bit longer because I'm an old bastard. Favourite kids shows for when you were favourite shows for when you were a kid, around about 7 or 8 year old. Now for me this is going to be completely different to you.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember things like fucking Wizardora, Tots TV, Rosie and Jim.
Oh, I remember Rosie and Jim.
It's still going. But I also remember things like Funhouse and Art Attack and
Art Attack, yeah.
Neil Buchanan.
Mm.
And what the fuck else was there that I used to love? I used to love Nightmare. I've said that a million times. Which you need to go and see. I think you'll love it. In fact, I'll send you some links actually to playlists of actual whole seasons of Nightmare on YouTube.
Right, okay.
Which are fucking amazing. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but actually played out. It's really good. The premise of Nightmare, if you've not seen it, is they've got a team of like 4. Or it might be 3. It might be 3. It's either 3 or 4 kids, usually boys. And one of them goes...
Oh, Nightmare. Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, where you put one of them wears a helmet, which is blindfolded.
Yeah.
And they have to guide him through the dungeon.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant.
I think I remember watching one of those episodes on like a challenge or something or other.
It was on challenge at one point. They had every single episode.
I seem to remember thinking, God, this hasn't aged well.
Oh, it's not aged well at all.
No.
Not at all. But it's still great. It is still great. It's not aged like Takeshi's Castle has. That's amazing. But it's still good. If you can just get past that, the way it's aged. A bit like Thunderbirds, the original Thunderbirds, the puppets. That's not aged well. Not at all.
No, I still enjoy it though.
It's got a charm to it, though.
Yeah.
The original Thunderbirds, Stingray, things like that. They've got like a charm to them.
It's funny, but it's funny you bring up Takeshi's Castle actually, because it's probably like the one game show that I'd be sort of like really up for having a go at. People might think of sort of like Total Wipeout or like Ninja Warrior or something like that. It's just like, nah, give me fucking Takeshi's Castle.
Takeshi's Castle is a level above that. I mean,
go through like the maze of doors, just to have like the random Japanese guys going. Ah! I always used to love that with like the little girls. Well, not even the little girls, but like the tiny women that would literally just jump at the fucking first sign.
Yeah, the Japanese seem to send in the most petite girls that they've ever been in Japan into there for some reason.
To be honest with you, they didn't even need to be close. They could be like 5 or 6 doors away, but one of them just comes bursting through a random door, just going ah, and they
just
go
freeze.
Ah!
They just freeze like ah. It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god. Kids. Other kid stuff that I used to watch.
Sorry.
Jesus. I used to watch a lot of Garfield. Garfield was ace, the original cartoon, not the film.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. And Sharky and George. Please tell me you've seen Sharky and George.
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm going to have to play the theme tune. It's going to get stuck in your head. Honestly, it's the most catchy... Apart from DuckTales, it's the most catchy theme tune of all time.
Oh, no.
It's so much nicer than what you've heard. Oh, there you go. Sharky and George intro. Not the PS4 advert, though. We don't want the PS4 advert. We already own one. There we go. Don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, just a bit.
Crime busters of the sea. That bit will get stuck in your brain now for the rest of the night.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but DuckTales...
I could top that theme with the theme tune of my favourite from my favourite show as a kid, as a young man.
Oh God, is he finding it now?
I'm trying to.
I somehow already knew. I think The other reason I actually found that one so quick because I've actually searched for Sharky and George before.
This is the theme tune of my all-time favourite childhood TV show.
Go for it.
Oh yeah. Get me those motherfucking trains, motherfucker. Oh yeah.
Have you heard the new intro for it though?
Yeah, they're fucking shite.
Yeah, it's not the same, is it?
I know.
Well, I'm going to hear this tune now. Is a certain video where it was made on Team Fortress, like it must be Gary's mod or something like that, and the train just gets pissed off and smashes up a truck. I don't know why. It's got that tune going in the background. That's the one thing I hear of that. That's the one thing I think of when I hear that tune. But yeah, oh god, do you know what? Normally when I ask these sorts of questions, my brain's full of answers.
Yeah.
Not at the minute now. Tell you what used to be on all the time, but you don't see them anymore because obviously everyone's PC now and what have you. Was the Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
You used to be on all the time on BBC.
Yeah.
You know, you get the fucking just random like Bugs Bunny cartoon. It's like, for example, you'll never ever see on normal TV again the episode of Bugs Bunny and what have you. Was it Elmer Fudd? And they were doing like the sort of like the Viking opera.
Yeah.
And he's there and they're going, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. You don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that episode actually.
Yeah, you won't ever see that again. That episode actually won an Oscar.
Right, okay.
That actual one episode, a 5-minute sketch, won an Oscar. Don't ask me how. But it did actually win an Oscar. It did, you know, it's one of my favourite cartoons of all time. That, and it's literally a 5-minute skit. Another one of my favourites, though, I will admit, though, was the Animaniacs.
Oh, it's funny you bring up the Animaniacs because I've just thought of a TV show that wasn't necessarily my favourite, but by God, the theme was fucking catchy.
I know which one it is already. The Pinky and the Brain. Yeah!
Tuesday, what do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. Laboratory mice, the genius is nice. The Pinky and the Brain.
That's what we should have called this episode, The Pinky and the Brain.
Narf!
Yeah, that was
let's see.
I still use that phrase, by the way. I say when the eldest asks me what we're doing today, I always say to him, "Take over the world." I still say it now.
I always remember sort of like stuff from Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network just had some fucking brilliant shows on it.
It did have some amazing ones. The thing is, I never got my hands on Sky TV until I was a man.
Until you were a man. Well, I was quite lucky because my dad always used to have family friends or family that had Sky or had Cartoon Network. So I constantly all over stuff like Dexter's Laboratory, freaking Curtis the Cowardly Wild Dog.
Oh yeah.
Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Which they're remaking, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's probably going to go down as well as the Powerpuff Girls.
There's another
revamp
remake coming out as well, which I'm very, very frightened about. It's one of my favourite cartoons.
What's that?
Thundercats.
Really?
They're remaking it, and I've seen what they're doing to it.
Oh.
I feel violated. It's not fun.
Talking of excuse me. Talking of kids cartoon shows, I finished off Star Wars Rebels the other day.
Oh yes.
Oh man, it hit me right in the feels.
Oh dear.
It hit me right in the feels. Like it's nothing like depressing. Like, well, I mean, there is a bit depressing, but you just sort of like, God, I want more. I want more, but I'm not going to get any more.
I hate it when it comes to a series that I properly enjoyed. I hate it. Game of Thrones is one for that.
I'm not going to look forward to the fucking when that finishes.
I am and I'm not at the same time because what am I going to do with my life?
I'll just find something else. Well, like for example, I finish off Rebels, and as soon as I did that, I went in and found the Blu-ray set for the Clone Wars TV series, which is the prequel to Rebels. So
nice. Well,
I've got like five and a bit series to work through there. So I'm literally just waiting for it to come through my door. Should be any day now.
Nice. I mean, I was lucky I've got Tintin for £1, so I'm still working my way through that with Rico. So he loves it. So I'm going to watch it with him, and it's absolutely amazing. What was amazing, I know it's sort of a tangent sort of thing because we're talking about film and things like that. I always used to think, obviously, I've got a new TV recently, and it's like a fucking 50-odd inch Polaroid TV. So it's not like an amazing brand, but it's we got a like 50-inch TV for like £400.
Yeah,
and it's a smart TV. So we're putting YouTube on it, and I've never actually watched anything in 4K before. So I thought, I'll go on YouTube and put something on at 4K. Now I'm the type of person that thinks these new sorts of things in TVs are gimmicks. 3D TV, for example, at the time when it came out, I was like, yeah, that's a gimmick. It's fucking died off massively.
Yeah.
Mainly because VRs took over. Things like that. HD DVDs and things like that. Fad. Blu-ray one. So I thought, you know what? Smart TVs are a bit of a gimmick. I thought, no, they're not. They're not. There's things you can do on them, which are ideal. Like for example, YouTube at the press of a button. So I've done that. I'm basically my TV is 75% on YouTube now, because kids love Blippi on there.
Yeah.
Look him up. And I thought, on the off chance, I'll put a 4K video in YouTube and see what comes up. So it comes up, started putting it on, and it was like, I was fucking blown away with how mentally clear it was. Now, my partner insists there's no difference to standard HD. I was like, there fucking is. Oh, there is. When you can see individual strands of hair on a giraffe, when you can see the whole giraffe in shot. Yeah. There's a difference. There's a massive difference. So yeah, I used to think 4K was a gimmick, like 3D TVs and things like that. Not anymore. Sold. Sold. Massively sold. Just now, the problem is my PS4 isn't capable of pumping out 4K because it's a standard PS4. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to experience the 4K-ness of it. I'd have to fork out for a PS4 Pro. I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm assuming you've only got a standard one as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Maybe Gran Turismo Sport looks fucking amazing in it, so I'm happy with that. I'm playing it on like a 22-inch TV, so that's all I need. It's like 4-inch from my face, so. So yeah, on that note, potentially what I'll be doing for the rest of the night before I go to work tomorrow. I think we'll probably end it there, Lewis. Is there anything you want to add? No,
not really. I'm pretty knackered because I've literally just come from a full day in work, so
well,
it's probably an ideal time to end.
Yeah, so we've rabbited on now for 2 hours and 5 minutes, so without any pauses, might I add.
That's a good length for a podcast.
That's fucking cracking length for a podcast. On that note, I will finish with some plugs. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/UKRAD podcast. You can find us also on Twitter at UKRAD podcast, on obviously Spreaker or on iTunes or iMusic or whatever the fuck it's called nowadays. We're on Stitcher, and we're on YouTube, and we're also on many other good podcast catching apps out there. Obviously, look out for These People podcast, the Casa Mirth podcast, the whole of the Britpod scene. That includes your not little podcast, your awesome podcast, WrestleBox, which is now alive and well.
Oh, you're far too kind.
Yeah.
It's available on Facebook, on Twitter at WrestleBox, and all of the episodes get uploaded to the RAD Spreaker site.
Yep, so if you have this feed, you will find it there. They're a separate show, but you will find them on this feed. I'm working on getting you on iTunes. I just need to get time to get on the computer and do it, so I will get you there. Also, obviously, Cox's show, Lost Art of Podcasting even. You can find them on Twitter at LAOP, I believe, or Lost Art of Podcast, I'm not sure. It's in the description sheet, but anyway, of this podcast, you'll find it there. He's on Facebook as well at Lost Art of Podcasting, and he's also, again, on Spreaker, Stitcher. He's on iHeartRadio, as we are, which I found out the other day. Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeart, YouTube, iTunes, and all other good podcast catching software apps out there as well as Lost Art of Wrestling, which is also on there. Whereas WrestleBox talks about most of the indie stuff, with Lost Art of Podcasting will do like classic reviews and talk about WWE products and things like that, and fantasy scenarios and all that. You can find them also on Facebook at Lost Art of Wrestling. They're on Twitter at LAOW. And they're, like I say, the usual places you can find Lost Art of Podcasting. Again, their links are also in the description below. Other than that, Mooch TV. Yeah, you can find them on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Mooch TV, and are also on YouTube at www.youtube.com/Mooch TV. And I believe that is it. I believe there's no more plugs.
I might be recording for another episode of WrestleBox this week because a lot has happened since the last episode.
Oh, right,
so there'll be stuff on WWE's latest TV deal with Fox. There'll be updates on the CM Punk trial.
Oh yes,
as well, because there's some quite interesting stuff going on with it. Stuff that's come up, and obviously updates from the Best of Super Juniors tournament, and there may be a little bit about Dominion as well.
Maybe.
And then there's also stuff about the UK tournament. The brackets have been announced, so we'll probably end up going through them, and then
just for the record,
early favourites.
I saw Lugero's bracket and I wept.
Yeah.
But we won't spoil it for those in the know. I think we'll probably call it a night there.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So thank you guys for listening. It's been a pleasure as always. 2 hours 5 minutes of constant rambling. I think that's a pretty good effort from us too.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, I think that's not too bad. That's a good shift, that. And on that note, I've been Paul the Hat Guy Flinders.
I've been the Scouse one, Lewis Ogden.
That was easy tonight.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure. Listen out for us in about maybe 2 weeks' time. I'll have to update because I will be watching the Le Mans 24 Hours, so maybe I might actually just be sitting here at the helm, maybe chiming every once in a while. I might let someone else take control. We shall see. Or I might just jump in anyway. We shall see. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you and good night.
Ta-ra!
Take a walk down by the sea, picking up colored shells in the sand. Seagull, I want your wings, silver circus in a cloudy land. Even when the winds blow lonely, when lightning cracks the black sky's face, Want to know how it makes you feel. The work your restless wings can't find.
This podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or BritpodScene on Twitter to find out more.